Sox, Days of Our Lives in Another World can be seen in their entirety beginning tonight at 2:30. Now stay tuned for Tiger Baseball next on Channel 4.
The 1994 baseball season has finally arrived, and with it comes a load of changes. New divisions and a new playoff format are just a couple that await the Tigers as they get ready to open up their 1994 campaign. This is Boston, Mass, ladies and gentlemen, one of the great baseball cities of America. And today, it's the site of opening day 1994 for the Red Sox and Detroit Tigers as they battle it out here at historic Fenway Park. Hello, everybody. I'm Van Earl Wright, proud to be a part of our pregame festivities here in 1994, and especially excited today because this is opening day right here on the Tiger Baseball Network, and we're certainly glad that each and every one of you could join us today. There's a lot of excitement in the air, as always, on any opening day, but especially this year because after that brutal winter all of us survived over the past few months, we're glad that baseball is back, and you better believe it is. Had a chance to talk with a few of the Tiger players in the dugout over the last hour or so, and they're certainly excited as well, and excited about the chance to face Roger Clemens, the starting pitcher for the Red Sox today. Going for the Tigers is Mike Moore. Roger looking pretty good in the spring, a 4-0 record. Mike Moore hoping that he can be up to the challenge today as he hopes to lead the Tigers to victory in this first game of 1994. The weather here in Boston started out pretty gray and cold here in this historic city, but right now the clouds are trying to get the heck out of here, and the sun's trying to break through, and hopefully that's exactly what will happen, as sunshine will be the situation when that first pitch is thrown around 1:20. It's great to be in such a tradition-filled park today here at Fenway because with all the changes going on in this sport of baseball, it's nice to be back at a place that is really just overflowing with baseball heritage. Fenway Park, been here since 1912, of course known for the famed green monster in left field and that sit-go sign that always marks a long ball, a shot that has always gone in over the wall in left field. Yeah, one of those. There you go. Of course, with all that tradition here, it's also nice to have a little bit of the new to spice things up. And speaking of new, you'll be looking at some new uniforms today when you look at the Tigers take the field here at Fenway Park. The cap, orange with the orange bill and the orange Old English D and the orange knob on the top. This is the workout or warm-up jersey the guys have been using today in batting practice and in infield practice. Of course, that new Detroit Tiger logo and the stripes down the sides, and this is what the new uniform will look come game time. This is Gibby's uniform, who he was so courteous and so nice of him, wasn't he, to share this with us so we could show you what the new uniforms are. And of course, on the back, the legend's name and the stripes down the side. Just wanted to give you a little taste there of what the new uniforms look like as the Tigers begin what they hope will be a winning era for them. And it shall begin today right here at Fenway Park. As we mentioned, first pitch around 1:20. And the guys who have the privilege and honor of telling you about all the action during today's game and throughout this season, George Kell and Al Kaline. And right now, we invite them to join us right now for a little pregame festivities. Gentlemen, how are you?
Okay, Van Earl, you hit it right on the head when you said historical Fenway Park and all the tradition and all the glamour that goes with this park. If you've got to open on the road, you want to open right here where Al Kaline has hit that wall so many times. There's ping marks out there all over the left field wall. But there's something different and special about Tiger Stadium and Fenway Park. That's two of my favorite parks.
Great ballpark, and I know how the players are feeling, George. As you well know, they're nervous, they're excited. They know they're facing Roger Clemens, and it's going to be a tough battle. Tigers are very optimistic about the coming year, as all the teams are. It's going to be very tough. It's a different baseball now, 3 divisions, so it's going to be very exciting.
With that note, Al, you just mentioned, what do you two gentlemen think about the new changes made in the sport of baseball for this year?
Well, I was against it originally, but after being down and sitting and thinking about it, I think it's going to be more exciting. You know, the owners have tried to mess up this ball game for so many this game for so many years. They just cannot do it. It's too big a game for the owners to screw up. And I think with this, it's going to create a little bit more excitement. And unfortunately, the Tigers are in the toughest division in all baseball.
Van Arrow, let me tell you something just to fill in what Al said. I was in Texas yesterday as they rededicated the new park. They have been for the last 3 days down there, 4 days, and they had an old-timers game and everything. You talk about excitement. They've got it in Texas, a brand new ballpark. They're in a brand new division. They've got a good ball club. They're going to draw a lot of people. They think they're going to win their division. They're going to be in the playoffs for the first time. This is what 3 divisions means to the people of Texas. They are literally walking on air down there. They're already buying playoff tickets down in Arlington.
I believe that. Do you think the new divisions, the extra division, benefits any one team? Does it increase the chances for a team to win a division crown who might not have had a chance to do that before?
Well, off the top of my head, I think it helps a team like Cleveland. Now, if Cleveland would have been over in this division, they have a very fine ball club, but this is a tough division. I think where they are in the Central Division, they have an excellent chance of winning that division. Had they been over here, even with a good ball club that they have, with the Orioles in Toronto and the Yankees, it would have been very tough for them. So just off the top of my head, it helps a team like Cleveland.
And Texas.
Texas also. Yeah.
Texas going into a division with Seattle, California, Oakland, and they've got a great chance to win out there. I know most people are picking Seattle. They have a tremendous pitching staff. They got some good young ball players up there, starting with Griffey Jr., but Texas has got a chance to win it. So Al named Cleveland. I think that'd be my #1 pick too, but Texas comes right in there close, and they're tickled to death where they are.
I know they are. Both of you mentioned that the Tigers are in the toughest division, not only in the American League, but in the entire game of baseball. And today they begin their quest for the division crown. And, of course, that begins with Roger Clemens. What do they have to do to beat the Rocket?
Well, first of all, I think they have to go into the game knowing and feeling that they're not going to get a lot of runs off of Roger. He pitched very well in spring training, particularly his last outing, 6 great innings. So what they have to do is play error-free baseball, first of all. You can't give away any runs to this Red Sox ball club with Roger on the ball club. You have to play good defense, smart defense. And if there are any mistakes made by the Red Sox team, you have to take advantage of it. And also, I think the other thing is Roger likes to get ahead of the hitters with the fastball, and then with 2 strikes, he throws a split finger, which is a very good pitch for him. So I think they're going to have to swing at the first fastball they see.
All right, gentlemen, thanks so much for your thoughts. And on a personal note, I just want to tell you how exciting it is for me to be able to share the airwaves with 2 Hall of Famers throughout the season, and we look forward to hearing your call later on today for the Tigers season opener.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Brano.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, stick and stay. We got a lot more to come on this pregame for opening day of 1994. Interview with Sparky Anderson, and we'll talk with a couple of the players, and we'll do that as we continue on the Tiger Baseball Network.
Think the local nursery's the place to rake in spring yard savings? Get hip to the Square.
Builder's Square has everything for around your house as well, from sprinklers and hoses to fertilizer and pesticides, plus outdoor furniture, grills, lighting, fencing, and thousands of square feet of live plants. Builder's Square has all the tools, materials, and know-how you'll ever need at great square deal prices. Builder's Square.
We'll get you squared away.
Around here, folks believe in making things last. Relationships, neighborhoods, and the family automobile. And who wouldn't want to see that 100,000-mile mark? So it's no wonder so many rely on their neighborhood 76 station. Here you'll find quality gasolines and services to help keep your car humming along. We can't promise you'll see that 100,000-mile mark, but we're glad to help you try. 76. Go with the spirit.
When it comes to service, come to the people that know your Ford best, your Metro Detroit Ford dealers. They do it right the first time, and in the long run will save you money. Whether it's a wheel alignment, an adjustment to your heating or cooling system, or just a basic tune-up, our trained service technicians are ready when you need them. Purrs like a kitten. With commitment like this, trust your Metro Detroit Ford dealers.
Visit any of your 31 Metro Detroit quality Ford dealers.
Because most of our flights are short, this is what our meals look like on Southwest Airlines. It's also what our fares look like. Southwest Airlines, it's just plain smart. Frequent flyers on most airlines are thousands of miles from a free trip. But on Southwest Airlines, our company club frequent flyer members are only 8 short round trips away. Southwest Airlines Company Club, the shortest route to free trips.
Back here at Fenway Park, ladies and gentlemen, as the ground crew continues its work on preparations for the 1994 season opener between the Red Sox and Tigers. Again, first pitch scheduled to take place around 1:20. Of course, no Tiger pregame, especially on opening day, would be complete without a visit with Sparky Anderson, and we did just that just a little bit earlier today, and here are some of those comments from that interview. Sparky, is there a better day than opening day?
No, not for me. You know, opening day to me is a lot of excitement, but now that I've been at it 25 years, it's more of a payback for me. I have more gratitude on this day than any other day because I look back on it and how can anybody last, 25 years and have all the things happen to them that have happened to me. So the last couple of years have been more of a gratitude even than excitement.
Not too cold to swing a bat today now, is it?
Pretty cold, yeah. I think Roger have a little advantage out there today if he's throwing hard, no question, because nobody likes to hit anybody in this kind of weather. So when you have this kind of weather, you just hope that you catch a lot of breaks in a ball game. The team that catches the breaks usually wins that ball game.
Two changes I guess you made maybe in the last week or so for this opening day lineup was the catcher in the right field position, starting Junior in right field, and then the catcher position. Talk about those decisions.
Well, what we did, man, is we just made some switches to start out early in the year. But I made one switch today that I changed. I put Gibson in right today only for one reason, just that I wanted his presence on the field today. Even if something happens and a ball's foul or messed up or anything, that don't bother me. I want to give his presence on the field because when he's on the field, he has a tremendous influence on the rest of the ball club. And opening day, I wanted it that way. I'll probably switch back the next right-hander we see.
Everybody's talking about pitching, and you're always talking about pitching. You got to have that to have any chance to contend. I know that was a scary moment when Mike Moore was hit with that line drive in that spring training game last week. Was it scary for you?
Yeah, very scary. We couldn't afford, as you know, to lose anybody. And the one thing we didn't do all spring is we didn't have any injuries, which is the first time in my career of managing that we never had any injuries. I thought for sure that, you always have one or two, and you have to wait sometimes 2 weeks into the season, like a lot of clubs, to have a guy available. And we didn't. We can't afford for any of our pitching to go down. I mean, we have to be at max at all times if we're going to compete.
Beyond Mike Moore's start today, what are you looking at over the next few games for starting roles?
Well, what we're going to do is go with 4 guys. We'll go with Wells second so he can go in New York, and then we'll go third with Belcher here, and then we'll open with Doherty in New York, go back to Moore, and then to Wells. And the reason we're doing that, we have to with these off days. If we don't do that, then we're going to get everybody backed up. And it isn't anything against Gullickson. It's just a thing that we cannot afford to back up 4 other guys.
About the off days, starting out on opening day, and then you immediately have an off day on Tuesday. Is that kind of disappointing and frustrating for everybody?
Yeah, if you win, it's great.
Yeah, sure.
If you lose, that...
It lingers.
Yeah, next day's a long day, but we're going to work here tomorrow if we can, and they told us we could work at 11, so I will get them out of the rooms and get out here just to move around. Even if it is chilly, it will help them just to move around because, we go back and they tell me Wednesday there's a good chance of bad weather here.
Everybody needs all the help they can get as they battle through 162 games. Any good luck, any good magic would be certainly welcome. And then understand there's something called the Zephyr Rod.
Yeah, the Zephyr Rod was first introduced in 1989.
By you?
Yeah, we lost 103 games. And I said that, I was kidding the writers, I said, but we have, I think, cured all the mechanical ailments that this Zephyrod had, and we're going to spring it here again in 1994, and we believe if it hits with the atoms and the molecules exactly right, we should be in good shape. If it doesn't and it collides with them, I hope it doesn't bring back in 1989.
I did not realize you were such a nuclear science and a physicist, Sparky.
Yeah, and, you know, especially with an IQ of 70, you know, that's not bad to be able to come up with all these things. I'm lucky to get to the ballpark, let alone worry about all the neutrons and electrons and all. I don't even know the difference between a noun and a pronoun or a verb and an adjective. So for a guy that doesn't know the difference in all these, I sure have been tricking him for a long time.
As we mentioned, no pregame complete without words from the legendary George Anderson. One of the bright starts for the Tigers this past spring down in Lakeland was Tony Phillips. Of course, this team is characterized with a bevy of veterans on its roster, and Tony Phillips is certainly one of those, and he will be counted on heavily to set the tone for the Tiger offense with his great bat. He put up numbers of 340 or more during the spring, and that's very impressive. And we also had a chance to catch up with him today during the pregame and ask him about his spring and his upcoming year. Glad to finally have opening day here.
Yeah, I'll be glad when it's gone, too, because it's never a feeling like opening day. You know, you don't sleep well at night, and you get up, and you're all full of energy, and you don't know what to do with it. So, yeah, I'll be glad when it's over, too.
A calm, cool, laid-back person like yourself, Tony, feeling a little jittery today?
Oh, without a doubt. I think that's just the hoopla around opening day and anticipation. You know, you work hard all winter, and then you come to spring training, you prepare yourself for this day and for the year, and it's just a big day.
One thing that really impressed me about you, Tony Phillips, when I was down at Lakeland for spring training was how hard you work. And it really paid off this spring. You put up some really good numbers.
Yeah, I had pretty good spring, but, you know, it doesn't really matter there. You know, just like I said, we prepare ourselves for this day right here and for the next 161 games after the day. So that's all a part of it.
No real boost to the confidence, though, to have numbers? You just kind of mentally put those aside?
Definitely. So, you know, what it comes down to is the last week and how you feel the last week. It really doesn't matter what you did before. And coming into the opening day, you don't really know how you feel. That's the reason you're so nervous. And because the expectations are so high for me this year that I put on myself. And then coming into spring training and being halfway decent, you know, it's just everything is uneasy right now, and for sure.
What does it mean to you to be given a position, and right now that's the only position you have to worry about, when in your past you've been Mr. Versatility?
Well, I look at it this way. I'm going to have to perform in whether I play 2 positions or 3 positions or 1 position. So in my mind, I'm still in the same situation.
Really? And finally, a little question about the atmosphere here on opening day. With all the changes going on in baseball this year, all the divisions and the expanded playoffs and a Sunday night season opener, kind of nice to be playing the opening day game in Fenway Park, the Red Sox and the Tigers.
We did this before, and it's awesome. You know, you're coming in here opening day, and you're going to face Roger Clemens, one of the best pitchers in baseball. So, you know, it's time to pull up the jock strap, and, you know, it's time to go to war. Everything from here on goes on your bubblegum card, on the back of your bubblegum card. So it's pretty serious right now.
The festivities are just starting to kick in here at Fenway Park. There's a buzz going through the crowd. Everybody's excited. Baseball is back. And if you're jealous of our presence here at Fenway, well, hey, just wait till next Monday, because that's when the Tigers' home opener will be as they welcome Baltimore to town. Stick and stay for more of the pregame, ladies and gentlemen.
Into a suit and tie.
Meet Kevin. He didn't get his business philosophy from an MBA program.
I think it's really about not the profit margins I'm trying to make, but about staying connected with my customers.
How else does Kevin connect with his customers? The AT&T Business Advantage, his own 800 number. Now you can keep up with your customers for only $6 a month.
Hey, AT&T works for me.
Let AT&T work for you.
The Clean Machine from Coleman PowerMate does such a great job cleaning cars and decks and grills, you may find yourself testing its power on all sorts of things. the clean machine from Coleman Powermate.
Hello? Yo, did you mean to take that charge? Yo, my man. LJ, I found this over there. Were these your shoes? If you get better, you might want to get some Tarmacs by Converse. You know, Converse? Yo, wow, man. They got a real mean outsole to give you real good traction on the outdoor court. You know, helps you to get out of the way of things. Tell me that's the move, man. Yo, can you move it on? You can't stay here, okay?
And now, a viewer quiz. Question 1. How can you get an extra value meal at McDonald's for just $2.99? A, your brother works there. B, arm wrestle for it. C, you actually have $2.99. Correct. Now you can get a medium Coke and large fries with either a Big Mac, a quarter pounder with cheese, a McChicken sandwich, or 2 cheeseburgers for just $2.99. Question 2. Why are we offering this low price every day? A, we're in a really good mood. B,
what you want is what you get.
Correct.
At McDonald's today.
Back in historic Boston, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning in to our pregame festivities for the Tigers' 1994 season, or season opening game today against the Red Sox. We're here in historic Fenway Park, just about 30 minutes away from first pitch. You know, one person who knows this Tiger team just about as well as anybody from an observational standpoint is one of the beat writers who covers the Tigers, Tom Gage at the Detroit News. And we asked him some of his thoughts as 1994 kicks in today. I know you're just as anxious as anybody involved amongst the players and coaches to have opening day finally arrive, aren't you?
Oh, I am. It's always an exciting time, and it's just good to have the games count. You know, after seeing 30 to 35 games, they really don't mean much. It's good to open up the scorebook and write down some names that really mean something.
Now, admittedly, both you and I have great jobs having the chance to cover sports for a living in baseball, but we were talking down in spring training, you know, sometimes just the mundane routine of day after day, you're always trying to look for some kind of news and some kind of story to provide the readers back in Detroit when you're down in spring training. So talk about the frustration that I guess you might feel sometimes in spring training and the relief that you're feeling that the games are finally here.
Well, the good thing about baseball is that there's a game every day, and during the season it sustains itself as far as news. But in spring training, I'll tell you, after the first week of games, you really are into road trips to Port Charlotte and road trips to Dunedin, and you know, the games don't mean much, and the players get bored with it, and the writers get bored with it, and then at the end you're looking for trades and you're looking for the roster to be set. So really, spring training after the first week and between the first week and the last week really kind of gets, it's not boring, but it just doesn't do much, and even for the writers, it gets long, and you're always ready to get out of there.
Yeah, we understand that. Now, what about the trades? The big trade lately, of course, is Rich Rowland. What do you think about that deal?
Well, I think the Tigers did a good job in getting something for him because he wasn't going anywhere in this organization, and John Flaherty will start at AAA, and I think eventually he'll probably play some games for the Tigers, if not this year, then next year. He's a very good defensive catcher, and I think they salvaged something out of the deal. Now, Rowland has a good swing for this ballpark, and he might offensively, you know, do some damage for the Red Sox. And they wanted him. I think they really regard him as a bonus. And if Dave Valley isn't worth his $1.2 million contract for next year, Rowland could be the starting catcher here. But he really wasn't going anywhere with the Tigers, so they had to do something.
You mentioned this ballpark with all the new changes in baseball this year. It's kind of nice to start off the season with the Tigers and the Red Sox in Fenway on grass, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. It's traditional. It's, you know, you look around this place, and it's a great ballpark. And they're even talking here about building another ballpark. And I hope they never do, because this is one ballpark I think that should always last. And with a wall and, I don't know, the tradition here, it's just a great place.
Well, the crowd is really buzzing right now at Fenway because Roger Clemens is making his way out to the Red Sox bullpen to warm up for opening day 1994. Red Sox fans got to feel good when number 21 takes the hill, and the Tiger batters, as they admitted themselves, feeling a little bit nervous because it's opening day and because they got to face the Rocket. But hopefully Mike Moore will be up to the challenge to counter his activities on the hill. One of the great stories of this 1994 Tiger team is a fellow by the name of Juan Samuel. He was invited to spring training as a non-roster player, but he made his way onto this major league roster, and he's certainly one person who's very thankful to be a part of a major league opening day. First thing I want to do, Juan, is just congratulate you on making this team, because this wasn't a for sure thing, was it?
Well, like you said, it wasn't for sure, and thank you very much. I knew coming into spring training I had to make the ball club, and had a little luck, got a lot of playing time, and did nothing really that pushed myself to do anything that I wasn't capable of doing. I just went out there and played my game, and thanks that everything came out good.
And not only were you rewarded with a spot on the roster, but you got your old number back. No more 65 on the back of Juan's jersey.
Well, one of the reporters, when they find out that I made the club, they asked me if I was going to change my name. I'm like, well, this number 65 had brought me luck, but I have to settle for something lower than that. I believe that I could get my number 8 back that I wear for a lot of years.
Yeah, I was kidding him about that down in spring training, sporting that 65. He wasn't used to that. What is so this opening day I know is just special for you, but any opening day is always exciting, isn't it?
Well, yes, it doesn't matter, you know, how much time you have in the game. Like my old manager, Paul Owens, told me one time, you could have 20 years, 50 years in the big leagues, and opening day, still some butterflies. So just we're going to try to get this over with the first game. Hopefully we could come up on top and keep going from there.
You've been around baseball long. You're a very wise veteran. What do you think about this Tiger roster?
Well, I think the ingredients are here to win. We just have to go out there and each one of us try to do what we're capable of doing, not try to do anything extra. Just go ahead and give the man 110%, and hopefully with some luck and some injury-free of our key ball players, and I think we could be okay.
And final question, what do you see your personal role on this team?
Well, I can see myself pinch running some, and probably when Lou is going to need some off days, I could step out there. I could help some guys in the outfield, and just up to the skipper. You know, whatever he wants me to do, I'm going to be more happy to do it.
Mr. Versatile, congratulations again. Good luck.
Thank you.
And it will be interesting to follow Juan throughout this 1994 season to see how he develops and contributes to this team, and I'm sure he'll be a very valuable member to Sparky Anderson on this roster. Our pregame festivities will continue right here on the Tiger Baseball Network, so we ask you to hang out, won't you?
Good afternoon, Blue Cross and Blue Shield. This is Barb Warner. May I help you?
I have to listen. I have to help people. That's me. That's Barb. Service is caring. I think those two words go together. And to give good service, you need to care. You have to. That comes from within. And I do see that with all the people that I work with. I see that throughout the company. People care.
Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Nothing else comes close.
Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence, the experience to get the job done right, and a reputation for quality. Like top quality CarQuest shocks and struts, professional technicians choose CarQuest gas charge shocks and struts because they can be confident they're installing the best ride around. So for the best possible performance, install what the pros install. CarQuest. Welcome to the pros.
Well, every once in a while, a guy will come up to me and he'll go, "Hey, George, guarantee this." I guarantee it is a commitment. It's my personal commitment that we will give you the best service possible, the best everyday low prices, and that the tailoring will be done to your satisfaction or we'll make it right. And ultimately, you'd feel good about having bought a suit from the guy who says, "I guarantee it."
The Men's Warehouse. Call 1-800-776-SUIT.
The Lasagna Lovers Festival must end soon, so come into the Olive Garden right now. Lasagna. We're baking them fresh every day, so come on in today. Lasagna. Luscious lasagnas like you've never had before. New, different, delicious. Lasagna. Come on and hurry into the Olive Garden and choose your favorite. They're disappearing fast. Lasagna. The Lasagna Lovers Festival for a limited time only.
Back in historic Boston, we're closing in, ladies and gentlemen, on the first pitch of 1994 for the Detroit Tigers as they get set to battle Roger Clemens and the Boston Red Sox. We want to thank you for tuning in to our pregame activities here on the Tiger Baseball Network. First pitch less than about 20 minutes away, so stick and stay right here. George and Al are next with Tiger Baseball 1994.
I'm Paul Gross in Weather Watch 4. Outside right now, 50 degrees. As for Boston, the sun is trying to come out. Temperature there is 45. Tiger Baseball is next.
I don't need any women in my life that I'm not sleeping with, okay?
He outraged the women of America.
I was screaming so loud at the television.
Now Herman Williams is back, and these viewers say they'll change his mind. Montel's brother wages a one-man battle of the sexes on the next Montel Williams Show.
The Montel Williams Show, today at 4 on 4.
Any mulching mower can chop up grass, but the Honda Harmony lawnmower has an exclusive twin blade that cuts grass into fine particles and returns them to your lawn as fertilizer. There's no need to bag or dump clippings, and you get a better end result. The Honda Harmony mulching mower. Nothing's easier. For a free video, call 1-800-MULCH-21.
And now, a viewer quiz. Question 1. How can you get an extra value meal at McDonald's for just $2.99? A, your brother works there. B, arm wrestle for it. C, you actually have $2.99. Correct. Now you can get a medium Coke and large fries with either a Big Mac, a quarter pounder with cheese, a McChicken sandwich, or 2 cheeseburgers for just $2.99. Question 2. Why are we offering this low price every day? A, we're in a really good mood. B,
what you want is what you get.
Correct.
At McDonald's today.
Affordability, reliability, value. That's how Metro Detroit Ford dealers look at used cars. You should too.
We have a big selection to choose from with great low financing, extended warranties, and a courteous sales staff trained to make your used car purchase easier.
For a quality used car or truck, your Metro Detroit Ford dealers are committed to earning your trust.
Visit any of your 31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers and see why Ford has the best-built, best-selling cars and trucks in America.
It's happening all around us. The News Beat, on top of the story, as it's happening. Channel 4's News Beat, they're everywhere.
'93 started off with a bang for the Tigers as they found themselves at or near the top of the division for the first 3 months of the season. But a severe midsummer slide left the Tigs waiting for next year. Next year is here, and Tiger owner Mike Ilitch has done all he can to give Sparky the ammunition he needs for the Tigers to make a run at the 1994 Eastern Division crown. Live from Boston, it's George, Al, and the 1994 Detroit Tigers.
Here's a long drive. This one is hit deep. Hey, it went out of
here. Tigers baseball is brought to you by Smooth Busch Beer and easy drinking Busch Light. By AAA Michigan, someone you can count on. By Subway, the place where fresh is the taste. By Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. In times like these, you need the best. By Total Gasoline, let the performance begin. And by your 31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers throughout the Tri-County area.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Fenway Park in Boston. I'm George Kell, along with Al Kaline. Opening day 1994. Excitement everywhere, a little excitement among the players, the fans, and even here in the booth, a few butterflies, Al.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter how many years you are in the starting lineup or on the team or up in the booth. It is opening day, and you're nervous, you're excited, you're anticipating a good season, hopefully. All those stats in spring training mean nothing And you start from day one. Of course, day one is a mighty big day because Roger Clemens is on the mound for Boston.
Absolutely. Roger Clemens last year had an off season. He won only 11 ball games. He's over the age of 30 right now, and they begin to worry a little bit. Is Roger going downhill? Was this a fluke or what happened? This year in spring training, he won 4, lost none. His last outing, 1-0 win, so the Roger is back.
And I think the Tigers know that. He was not throwing well early in the spring. He was just trying to get in shape, but his last performance, 6 great innings in spring training, and he looks like he's ready. And the Tigers know that they have to play good, sound baseball if they're going to beat Roger.
Mike Moore is going to pitch for the Tigers today. Mike won 13 ball games last year. This is his second year with the Tigers, second opening day. And Mike Moore, a veteran of 13 campaigns in the American League, and in and out in spring training, but still Mike Moore is capable.
Yeah, he did not have a good spring. He has an earned run average of over 6, and that's an awful lot. But Mike is a seasoned pitcher. He knows how to pitch. His secret, and what he has to do is no secret. He has to get ahead of the hitters because they jump on him early. They know he throws a lot of fastballs. He doesn't have a great breaking ball, but he has a good split finger, and the only time he can use that is when he has 2 strikes on the batter. So it's important that he get ahead of the hitters. But he gives up a lot of base hits. Hopefully they're ground ball base hits and not the long ball here at Fenway Park.
Well, a lot of talk in the clubhouse these days about the 3 divisions, and the main talk among the Tigers, they're in the toughest division. Toronto, Baltimore, Boston, New York, the Tigers, and who's going to win? Well, the Tigers have hopes, high hopes. They make a lot of runs, as they did last year. They have 5 established starting pitchers, and if those guys come through, this might be very interesting.
I think if they could only give them 3 to 4 good, solid innings without the other team getting a lot of runs. If they can hold them down, give the Tiger bats a chance to explode, score some runs, it takes away the running game from most of the team. So it's important that they give them 3 to 4 good innings so that the Tiger bats can get hot.
Well, this is the tough division, of course. Everybody picking Toronto again. A lot of people picking Baltimore. But as we go down through the line, we're going to see. I was talking yesterday to Reggie Jackson, who works for the Yankee ball club, and he said, nobody gives us a chance in the world, but we've got as good a pitching as anybody in the major leagues.
I think if you talk to Sparky, he likes the Yankees of the other 2 that you mentioned. I'm going to stay with Toronto only because they have a great farm system, and they have the best 5 hitters in baseball, I think.
And they can go out and get the guys they have to have, too. We're going to go down on the field right now. The PA announcer is announcing the players, and so we'll go down there and listen to that.
Center fielder, Eric Davis. Number 45, first baseman, Cecil Fielder. Number 24, third baseman, Travis Bryman. Number 20, catcher, Mickey Tettleton. Number 23, right fielder, Kirk Gibson. Number 3, shortstop, Alan Trammell. Number 49, designated hitter, Junior Felix. And the pitcher warming up in the right field bullpen, number 21, Mike Moore. And the rest of the 1994 Detroit Tigers. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 1994 Boston Red Sox. Leading the Red Sox is their manager, number 17, Butch Hobson. And today's Red Sox batting order, leading off, number 2, center fielder, Otis Nixon. Number 22, right fielder, Billy Hatcher. Number 39, left fielder, Mike Greenwell. Number 42, first baseman, Mo Vaughn. Number 10, designated hitter, Andre Dawson. Number 34, third baseman, Scott Cooper. Number 13, shortstop, John Valentin. Number 23, catcher, Dave Valley. Number 5, second baseman, Scott Fletcher. And warming up in the bullpen in right center field, number 21, Roger Clemens. Now in numerical order, the rest of the Red Sox. Number 6, catcher Damon Berryhill. Also wearing number 6, Coach Johnny Pesky. Number 11, infielder Tim Nearing. Number 12, Coach John Wathen. Number 15, pitcher Rick Trilicek. Number 16, pitcher Frank Viola. In the bullpen, number 18, catcher Rich Rowland. Number 20, Coach Frank Wright. Number 25, pitcher Jeff Russell. Number 27, pitcher Greg Harris. Number 29, pitcher Scott Bankhead. Number 32, Coach Gary Allenson. Number 33 in the bullpen, pitching coach Mike Brook. Number 36, pitcher Aaron Seeley. Number 38, outfielder Lee Tinsley. Number 44, pitcher Danny Darwin. Number 45, Coach Mike Easler. Number 47, outfielder Greg Blosser. Number 48, pitcher Tony Fawcett. Number 49, pitcher Paul Quantrill. Number 52, batting practice coach Bill Maloney. Number 55, pitcher Joe Hesketh. And now the Red Sox trainer, Charlie Moss, physical therapist, Rich Zawacki, strength and conditioning coordinator, B.J. Baker, and the Red Sox equipment manager, Joe Cochran. Ladies and gentlemen, your 1994 Boston Red Sox. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the field, where the USS Constitution Honor Guard will present today's colors under the direction of Petty Officer Julian Berry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for a moment of silence as we remember a long-time Fenway Park legend, the late Sheriff Feller. Now we ask you to remain standing as we honor America with our national anthem being performed by Boston native John Kelly, who is the musical director of the popular group Tavares. And now, our national anthem.
And we'll be right back at Fenway Park after these messages.
Bud Light over here, please.
You got it.
Hey, Detroit, the Bud Light camera crew is all over town looking for Bud Light drinkers to star in some new TV commercials. Just look for them anywhere you pick up an ice-cold Bud Light. The spotlight's on you, Detroit.
Hey, guys, it's your turn in the spotlight.
So, what's going on tonight, Harry?
Have a Bud Light. See for yourself.
It was Memorial Day. I'm barbecuing for 30. I got the best chicken, I got the best steaks, I got the cheap charcoal, and I got burned.
Fire's out.
Totally.
When do we eat?
Sorry.
Still out.
So don't get burned by cheap charcoal. Buy the best.
Kingsford charcoal. Lights faster, cooks longer. Kingsford, the surefire.
Well, a very impressive ceremony here, marking opening day at Fenway Park in Boston. The camera crews and the writers are still on the field right now. They are awaiting Nancy Kerrigan, who's going to throw out the first ball, and that's going to be a lot of excitement.
Will be a lot of excitement. I think we should explain the moment of silence for Sherm Felt, who was a great friend of ours in the public address system here, for announcer here for so many years. Passed away this past winter, and he's going to be missed around here, as they announced him a legend here in Fenway Park, and he will be missed here by the Red Sox.
Not only the PA announcer here at Fenway Park for these many years, but a songwriter and an outstanding songwriter. I saw a list of the songs that he had written in his career, and some of them are #1 hits.
Well, he's going to be missed. I know he always made a point to be friends with us and talk with us for a long time, so we're going to miss him.
Okay, it's going to be the Red Sox and the Tigers here in just a moment. Tigers opening day coming up 1 week from today, and I know what the excitement is back in Detroit. Always a great day in Detroit for opening day, and we'll see just about what we're seeing here today. Boston and Detroit, two of the oldest teams, the two oldest teams in the American League, and just another great day next Monday.
Yeah, you know, the excitement is there. We've played so many years, but nothing beats opening day. Of course, all the ceremonies. The Tigers will be glad when opening days are over so they can get into the routine of playing baseball, but their schedule is a little bit messed up here because of opening day, but I understand there's quite a thing going on the field right now.
I might have to stop you
I
so I can turn
bit.
around. I want to see Nancy Kerrigan throwing out the first ball. Nancy Kerrigan, New England's own 1994 Olympic figure skating silver medalist. And as you might imagine, a very popular and respected young lady here in the New England area.
Boy, what a great smile. She had captured the heart of all America.
Yeah, as they usually do in the figure skating events. They had another one up here not too long ago, 10 years ago, that won the gold medal, and she captured the hearts of everybody. Well, we're just moments away from starting this ball game. Roger Clemens has completed his warm-up tosses. As we told you at the start of the show, Roger won only 11 ball games last year. A lot of concern about Roger over the winter. They even mentioned him in trade, and that's sort of like mentioning Ted Williams or Al Kaline or DiMaggio when you start talking about trades like that, but somebody stopped it quickly.
Oh, absolutely. He is a legend here. He's been a great pitcher, 3 Cy Young Awards already. Disappointing year last year, only because of injuries. I look for him to bounce back.
Okay, are you ready to do the lineups?
We'll do the best we can.
We'll get right into the lineups and get ready to go here.
Okay, the Red Sox have taken the field, and here's the batting lineup for the Detroit Tigers, brought to you by the Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Leading off in left field, Tony Phillips. Batting second at second base, Lou Whitaker. The third batter, Eric Davis in center field. Batting fourth, Cecil Fielder, first base. The fifth batter, Travis Fryman, third base. Batting sixth, catcher today, Mickey Tettleton. Batting seventh in the opening day lineup in right field, Kurt Gibson. Batting eighth, shortstop Alan Trammell, and the DH batting ninth, Junior Felix. Defensively for the Red Sox in the outfield, Greenwell, Nixon, and Hatcher. Around the infield, Cooper, Valentin, Fletcher, Mo Vaughn at first base, Dave Valley from Seattle, free agent catcher, and Roger the Dodger Clemens on the mound. As George mentioned, had a disappointing year last year, 11-4 with an earned run average of over 4. Now that's really high for him. Defense against the Tigers last year, he was 0-1. He has a 10-8 lifetime record against the Tigers, and he's 7-3 in 12 starts against the Tigers here at Fenway Park. I mentioned the 3-time Cy Young Award winner. There's his record against the Tigers, 10-8 career-wise, earned run average. The Tigers have scored some runs off him, surprisingly. But if he has his good fastball, slider, and a split finger that he uses very well, he's gone to his breaking ball much more this year, particularly in spring training. They said the scouting report was that he will not challenge the hitter nearly as much as he used to. gone to the breaking ball more and more. And that may be because he's lost a little off his fastball, but we'll wait and see on that. But still one of the hardest throwing pitchers in all of baseball.
Well, you mentioned the Tigers have scored a lot of runs off Clemens down through the years, and they have, I think, maybe because the Tigers have been a fastball hitting club for so long, and Roger, with a lot of pride and the best fastball in all of baseball, just wouldn't give in to the fastball hitting team.
And it's important for him, as all pitchers, to get ahead of the hitters. If he's ahead of the hitters, he has the breaking ball that he can go to. But if he's behind, then the Tigers are good fastball hitting ball club, as you mentioned.
Well, some other opening days. Texas is playing in New York with high hopes for both ball clubs there. Texas in the new division, and they have hopes of winning there. Yankees, revamped ball club, a lot of good pitching. Seattle will open at Cleveland in the new stadium. Chicago's at Toronto in the Dome. You can put down 50,000 right now in the Dome in Toronto. They'll be there. And Kansas City opening at Baltimore. High hopes for the Baltimore ball club as they challenge Toronto. And they'll have a big house. Had a chance, Al, yesterday, see the new stadium in Texas. Just absolutely a beautiful stadium. Looks like it's going to be a hitter's paradise. The fence is only 325 down the right field line, go out rather quickly, and 335 left. But what makes it a good hitting park? 400 straightaway center field.
Yeah, and they have a good hitting ball club. Gonzalez may break Roger Maris's record at that ballpark, the way particularly in center field where it's only 400 feet. And the ball carries in Texas because usually the wind blows towards the left field foul line.
Okay, the new uniforms of the Tigers as Tony Phillips steps in, and beautiful.
Yeah, they look great. The warm-up jersey that they have, the dark blue, really stands out, and I think it's going to be well received throughout baseball.
So it'll be Tony Phillips to lead it off, the switch-hitting left fielder, as Roger Clemens gets ready for the first pitch of the game. It's a ball. That is Don Dinkinger behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. Ken Kaiser is at first base. John Shulock's at second. And Tim Toshida is the umpire at third base. And the count goes even at 1-1.
Phillips, one of the hitters in the lineup, and only 3 that have done well against Clemens over the career. He has a 3 lifetime batting average against Roger. It's very unusual.
Roger with a good fastball blows another one by Tony Phillips, and it's 1-2.
On base percentage leader, and Tony Phillips would love to have the type of year he came off of in '93. Oderud, of course, the leader. Tony Phillips right behind him.
Tony with a tremendous year last year, batting at .313, 7 home runs, 57 runs batted in, and he fouls this one away. So far, Clemens has thrown nothing but fastballs. Well, the season was kicked off last night in Cincinnati, even though Mrs. Schott said it was not opening day. Today is opening day, she said, in Cincinnati. The Cardinals won the opener against Cincinnati 6-4. They did not have a full house there, and the festivities began today with all the bunting and everything.
Very first pitch of the game was hit for a home run by Langford.
Yes, it was, on a 3-2 pitch. Ray Langford, who had a very disappointing year for the Cardinals in '93. It's ball 2 and strike 2 to Tony Phillips. The battle goes on as Clemens continues to throw the fastball. He's chasing that ball down, but he's not going to get to use it. Not once it hit the screen. Don Dinkinger had already put a new baseball into play, and Tony Phillips was watching very closely. So it's ball 2 and strike 2 to the leadoff man. Phillips, Whitaker, and Eric Davis will be the Tiger batters here in the first inning. Roger gets ready. A bouncer toward third. Scott Cooper. Well, he's got a great arm. He'll throw a lot like Fryman across the infield. Tony Phillips is out. And the batter is Whitaker. Sweet Lou keeps rolling along.
And this at bat will make it 8,000 at bats for Lou Whitaker in the major league. You need to know one at bat to reach the 8,000 mark.
On the ESPN show this morning, they were mentioning names, famous names that went together, and lo and behold, they came out with Trammell and Whitaker.
Needs 3 more runs batted in for 1,000 in his career.
The 1-strike pitch is a fastball. He threw him a curve for a strike, then a fastball. Now he's got Lou just looking. Hit what you see with 2 strikes on you. Roger Clemens coming off of a great spring. Must have supreme confidence in himself. Lou broke his bat on a fastball that looked like it hit him right on the end of the bat. This fella came out of the University of Texas, Roger Clemens did, where a great baseball program down there. A lot of good ball players came to the major leagues from the University of Texas.
3 times he's won 20 games, 3 times 18 games, and 3 Cy Young awards to go along with that. Just been an outstanding pitcher throughout his career.
Whitaker with a new WAR club steps back in for the strike 2 count. And a pitch from Clemens. Struck him out. Like a breaking ball. He took something off of it.
That's a split finger fastball that he likes to throw. I haven't heard the players rave about the movement on this pitch, but it's such a good off-speed pitch for him. As that ball did break down and away from Lou Whitaker out of the strike zone. And of course, that's what we said so many times. 2 strikes, you're not nearly as aggressive, and you swing at a lot of bad pitches when you have 2 strikes on you.
That'll bring up Eric Davis. Eric was having a ball here in batting practice with this short left field fence. He takes a pitch high.
Sparky making the switch, moving Eric Davis ahead of Cecil Fielder, third, and moving Travis Fryman back behind Cecil Fielder.
Eric swinging late on the fastball, and the count goes even at 1-1.
That's where they like to pound, Eric. If you can throw the ball 90 or about 90 miles or better, belt high or up, he will swing and miss that pitch. He's a good low ball hitter.
You see what Roger's doing. He keeps it right there, doesn't he?
Both those pitches were out of the strike zone, but Eric, knowing that he's going to be pounded high, will swing at some bad pitches there.
It's a ball and 2 strikes. Davis bats with 2 outs, nobody on here in the first inning. Count goes even at 2-2. There's about 30,000 umpires in the stands. Wanted to call that one a strike. Ball 2 and strike 2. They play him a little bit toward right field. And he struck him out. Tigers go down 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We go to the bottom of the first, no score.
Think the local nursery's the place to rake in spring yard savings? Get hip to the Square.
Builders Square has everything for around your house as well, from sprinklers and hoses to fertilizer and pesticides, plus outdoor furniture, grills, lighting, fencing, and thousands of square feet of live plants. Builders Square has all the tools, materials, and know-how you'll ever need at great square deal prices. Builders Square.
We'll get you squared away.
Round here, folks believe in making things last. Relationships, neighborhoods, and the family automobile. And who wouldn't want to see that 100,000-mile mark? So it's no wonder so many rely on their neighborhood 76 station. Here you'll find quality gasolines and services to help keep your car humming along. We can't promise you'll see that 100,000-mile mark, but we're glad to help you try. 76. Go with the spirit.
Okay, here's the batting lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Leading off, the speedster Otis Nixon in center field. Batting second, Billy Hatcher in right field. The third batter, Mike Greenwell, left field. Batting fourth, their big gun at first base, Mo Vaughn. And the fifth batter to DH, Andre Dawson. The sixth batter, third base, Scott Cooper. Batting seventh, John Valentin, the shortstop. The eighth batter from Seattle is a free agent, Dave Valley, the catcher. Batting ninth, second base, Scott Fletcher. Defensively for the Tigers, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. In the outfield, Phillips, Davis, and Gibson. Around the infield, Fryman, Trammell, Whitaker, fielder. Tettleton behind the plate, and Mike Moore is on the mound for the Detroit Tigers. Mike, 34 years old, making his 13th major league season. Was the opening day pitcher for the Tigers last year. Got off to a bad start and then put it together, winning 13 ball games, but with a high earned run average. He hopes to lower that somewhat, but the key to Mike is getting ahead of the hitters. Don't walk anybody, because he does give up a lot of base hits per innings pitched.
He pitched well the last half of the season. He was the Tigers' best pitcher, but coming over as a free agent, signing a big contract, seemed to bother him a little bit for a while. But from the All-Star game on, Mike Moore was the Tigers' best pitcher, and for the second year in a row, he earns the assignment as the starting pitcher. So Otis Nixon steps in. Tigers seeing him for the first time. Otis coming over from the National League, and they play in very shallow at first and third. Fryman is in about 5 steps in front of the bag. The pitch is a strike.
And here's the speedster right here. This is the guy you want to keep off base. He's a switch hitter, likes to hit the ball the opposite field. He uses the whole field. He's a great bunter. He gets a lot of base hits and likes the high fastball. But he likes to hit the ball on the ground at shortstop, and he can flat out run. 47 stolen bases last year. 40 or more stolen bases 6 of his 7 years.
Well, Cecil is even with the bag at first base, and Fryman is well in front of the bag. So they are protecting against the bunt. He was ready to bunt anyway. Looked like he was going to bunt toward third, and it would have to be a dandy to beat it out. Take a look at Fryman, who's in very close. Now Cecil on the other side of the infield.
Something Boston hasn't had over the years, someone who can steal bases. It's always been go for the big inning, go for the home run type of a team. Now they do have a little bit more speed with Nixon and Hatcher.
Pitches inside. So it's ball 3 and strike 1 to Nixon. Well, the sun is trying to get through the clouds here at Fenway Park. It's not a bad day at all. It's been cloudy, overcast most of the day. Here's the 3-1 pitch and a strike. You gotta believe he's going to take.
Well, a great advantage when you have the speed. You get in a situation where you have 2 strikes, 3 balls, 2 strikes, and you pretty much know you're going to get a fastball. Very rarely, unless you have 2 outs in the inning, he will not receive a fastball in this situation.
Bounce it toward third. Easy play for Travis Fryman, and they get Otis Nixon. Even with the count 3-2, Fryman was playing in close.
Number 22.
So there's 1 out, and the batter will be Billy Hatcher. Billy Hatcher's played all over the outfield for this ball club since coming over here from the Cincinnati club.
They had a lot in center field last year, and they really knew that they had to have someone, once you get out of Fenway Park, who can run a little bit and a better outfielder than Billy. It's going to be one of the areas that will hurt them eventually if he continues to play right field here at Fenway Park, because he's not a good outfielder. Even though he has good speed, he's not a good outfielder, and this is a very big right field to have to cover.
Pitches in the dirt. Billy Hatcher batting with 1 out and nobody on. 1 ball, 1 strike. This little guy runs too. Not as well as Nixon, but he has good speed. As Mike Moore gets ready. Which bounces away from Tettleton. Ball 2, strike 1. A lot of people think Boston might have the best starting rotation in the American League in all divisions. They have 5 solid starting pitchers.
Well, yeah, a lot comes down to their bullpen. Russell, can be a good closer, but he had arm problems last year. But it will come down to their bullpen. Frank Viola coming off of some surgery, and they say he threw the ball well in spring training.
He's going to be the second game starting pitcher for the Red Sox. That'll be on Wednesday. Tomorrow's an off day. Tigers play here Wednesday and Thursday before going on to New York for the weekend. And the 3-1 pitch to Billy Hatcher. It's a ball. He got it over but low, and Billy Hatcher draws a walk.
Now batting.
It's the first runner of the baseball game. Hatcher at first with 1 out, and Mike Greenwell will bat. And Sal told you he just signed a new contract.
Mike, of course, keeps the reputation of great left fielders here at Fenway Park for the Red Sox. Good 93 season, batted .315. Good fastball hitter. Hits better for average power against left-handers.
So Mike Greenwell, as Al pointed out, replaces Ted Williams, Carl Yastrzemski. Now Greenwell continues the fine tradition of left field play here in Boston.
Jim Rice.
Jim Rice, yes. Forgot Jim Rice.
Very outspoken in the spring training about the ball club not offering him the big contract that he thinks he's entitled to. And eventually got it. I think he got a 2-year extension on his contract.
It's 1 ball, no strikes to Greenwell. Mike Moore keeps an eye on Billy Hatcher, who does like to run. And the pitch is low. Makes it ball 2. 2-0, and he's pitching behind to Greenwell. He's got a big gap between Cecil and Whitaker.
Red Sox ran a lot in spring training, and there's the gap at first base. Doesn't usually pull the ball a great deal, but the Red Sox ran an awful lot in spring training. Let's see if they continue doing that once the season started.
He pops it high in the air into shallow left field. Tony Phillips is calling for it. Trammell had gone out, but here in Fenway it is so shallow the left fielder moves in behind the shortstop to make a lot of plays. So a big roar for Mo Vaughn. He had a great year for this ball club last year.
Yeah, he did. 29 home runs in this big ballpark with over 100 runs batted in. Big favorite, went to school here locally, college.
Runner at first, 2 outs. Mo Vaughn was an All-American at Seton Hall, baseball and basketball. Just an outstanding ball player.
Had 9 home runs this spring, led the American League with 9 home runs.
It's 1-0 to Mo Vaughn. Billy Hatcher was ready to go on that pitch, and Mike stepped off. And the pitch to Vaughn. It's low, ball 2.
When Mo Vaughn first came up, he had a little trouble with the inside pitch, but he has developed a swing now that he can get the handle of the bat, the head of the bat out in front of home plate, and has developed into a good pull hitter, although he does have excellent power to all fields.
Yeah, like most left-handed batters that come to Fenway Park, he's learned to use the left field wall. Everybody but Williams. I think it was pride with Ted. He just kept going the other way, and very, very well, I might say. Here's a fly ball into deep center that's playable for Eric Davis. He's going to catch it near the warning track in deep center field. We played 1, and it's 0-0.
When it comes to service, come to the people that know your Ford best. Your Metro Detroit Ford dealers. They do it right the first time, and in the long run will save you money. Whether it's a wheel alignment, an adjustment to your heating or cooling system, or just a basic tune-up, our trained service technicians are ready when you need them. Purrs like a kitten. With commitment like this, trust your Metro Detroit Ford dealers.
Visit any of your 31 Metro Detroit quality Ford dealers.
Because most of our flights are short, this is what our meals look like on Southwest Airlines. It's also what our fares look like. Southwest Airlines, it's just plain smart. Frequent flyers on most airlines are thousands of miles from a free trip. But on Southwest Airlines, our company club frequent flyer members are only 8 short round trips away. Southwest Airlines Company Club, the shortest route to free trips.
Hello? Yo, did you mean to take that charge? Yo, my man. LJ, I found this over there. Were these your shoes? If you get better, you might want to get some Tarmacs by Converse. You know, Converse? You're wrong, man. They got a real mean outsole to give you real good traction on the outdoor court. You know, helps you to get out of the way of things. That's the move, man. Yo, can you move it on? You can't stay here, okay?
Desperate for a baby? How far would you go? Set your biological clock for a very special first person with Maria Shriver tonight at 10.
Well, we're looking at some shots of Boston, the Harvard Bookstore Cafe, and Chuck Waslick with another off day. He and Kevin Watson had some great shots in Washington.
You mean Cecil B. Waslick?
Cecil B. Waslick. Boy, these are great shots. And
Number 45.
just like Washington, he just informed me that Kevin Watts slept in a little bit yesterday.
He probably got in late again.
I tell you couldn't pick two better cities than Washington, D.C. and Boston to get some historical shots.
Well, this is a fine city to walk around in. It's just a great town to walk and shop and look and sightsee. It's a great town.
It's going to be Cecil to lead it off. Cecil fielder, Travis Fryman, Mickey Tettleton against Roger Clemens, who got the Tigers out 1-2-3 in the first inning. A pitch to the big guy. He threw it right by him. He's thrown only a couple of breaking pitches. Everything else, he's gone to the heat.
The team home run leaders, Detroit missed out. Texas with a fine ball club beat the Tigers out. 181 home runs by Texas, 178 for Detroit.
And the one strike pitch. It's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cecil had 30 home runs last year.
Another great year. You know, he had such a great year, his first 2 with Detroit, and everybody thinks he had a bad year last year, but anytime you can get 30 home runs and 100 runs batted, then you're having a big year.
It's the breaking ball, hangs inside.
Cecil has not fared too well against Roger. And most hitters cannot say they hit him well. He only had 1 hit in 23 attempts with 12 strikeouts.
It's ball 2 and strike 1. Ball 3.
Now he's got a chance if you pitch him down. If you pitch him up, then with the speed of Roger, then he might be able to handle Cecil. But if he pitches him down by the knee, that's a pitch that Cecil likes to handle. Look at the batting stance. You see Cecil bent over more than previous years, hit the ball well in spring training.
And a strike makes it 3-2. Ball 3, strike 2 to the leadoff man. He got Phillips to bounce out to start the game. Then he struck out Whitaker and Davis in the first inning. Now the 3-2 pitch to Cecil. And a foul ball. This ball club up here belongs to all of New England. They come from everywhere to see their favorite Red Sox.
They were able to, in this ballpark, to change it to the stand-wise and put a lot of skyboxes in. Most stadiums, and particularly Detroit, cannot do that, but they were able to put a lot of skyboxes in.
Here's a drive hit to right field that's playable. Billy Hatcher moves under it, and Cecil Fielder is out. So there's 1 out in the second inning. The batter will be Travis Fryman.
Third baseman, number 24, Travis Fryman.
Got a great short swing, good pull hitter, hits the fastball real well, off the swings and connects on first pitch. He hit 365 doing that. He swings at a lot of high fastballs, but he's a good fastball hitter, good quick hands.
He had 22 home runs last year. Batted in 97 runs and an even 300 batting average.
I personally thought it was a mistake moving him back. To me, Travis Fryman has a great track record hitting third. Hit 300 last year. He's been a good player while he's there, and Sparky wanted to move him down and give Eric a chance. I thought it was a mistake. I thought Travis should have stayed in the #3 spot.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ooh, threw it right by him. Makes it 1-2.
So that's why Sparky's paid the big money to manage, and it will probably work out well. Here's a good fastball, up and in.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch from Clemens. It'll make it 2-2. A lot of people might wonder, what difference does it make where you bat? But it does. It certainly does. You feel more comfortable one place than another.
Well, #3 hitter, I always thought was a guy that could do a lot of things, not only batting average wise. He could hit for some power, but you move you down the lineup and you seem to think that you have to be more of a power hitter and go for the long ball. And I don't think that's what Travis should want to do.
He struck him out with a breaking ball. 3rd strikeout in the game for Clemens.
Travis is the type hitter just has to let it happen for him. He can't go up there saying I'm going to be a power hitter and drive a lot of runs in. It just should happen for him. Another good split finger fastball by Roger.
And the batter is Tettleton, Mickey Tettleton, the switch hitting catcher who led the Tigers in home runs last year with 32, and he had 110 home runs batted in. Mickey Tettleton. Breaking ball in for a strike. Later in our telecast, we're going to be selecting the Bud Light play of the game with $500 being donated to Sparky's Catch charity. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mickey Tettleton, invaluable to this ball club.
Rumors subsided considerably early in the spring. A rumor that he was going to be traded, but nothing has worked out. And Mickey's very happy to be here with Detroit.
This one is high, ball 2. Ball 2 and strike 1 to Tettleton. Tigers looking for their first base runner against Roger Clemens. Another quiet, subdued crowd at the moment. The 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. Tom Dinkinger appeals to third base. Tim Toshida said no swing. And it's 3-1 to Tettleton. He's been to 3-2 on 1 batter. And now another one as Tettleton goes to the fastball. Ball 3, strike 2. It's a long right field, as you know if you've watched the Tigers over the years. 380 feet right behind the right fielder. Very short down the foul line, but then it runs out quickly. He struck him out. And right back with the fastball, and Tettleton strikes out. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. It's still 0-0.
Bud Light over here, please.
You got it.
Hey, Detroit, the Bud Light camera crew is all over town looking for Bud Light drinkers to star in some new TV commercials. Just look for them anywhere you pick up an ice-cold Bud Light. The spotlight's on you, Detroit.
Hey, guys, it's your turn in the spotlight.
So, what's going on tonight, Harry?
Have a Bud Light. See for yourself.
I just can't climb into a suit and tie.
Meet Kevin. He didn't get his business philosophy from an MBA program.
I think it's really about not the profit margins I'm trying to make, but about staying connected with my customers.
How else does Kevin connect with his customers? The AT&T Business Advantage, his own 800 number. Now you can keep up with your customers for only $6 a month.
Hey, AT&T works for me.
Let AT&T work for you.
The Clean Machine from Coleman PowerMate does such a great job cleaning cars and decks and grills, you may find yourself testing its power on all sorts of things. The Clean Machine from Coleman PowerMate.
This is looking toward downtown from our hotel where we stay, and one of the many statues you'll see in this city. Paul Revere, the most famous of all riders. A 0-0 ball game as we go into the bottom of the second. It's going to be Andre Dawson to lead it off. Scott Cooper will follow, and then John Valentin. Andre Dawson, as most of you know, spent nearly all of his career in the National League. Came over here last year, batted in 100 runs. Nearing the age of 40, and he says he's going to keep going. As Mike Moore gets ready. The pitch is low. Mike Moore walked a batter in the first inning, had no trouble. Had Greenwell and then Vaughn on fly balls after the walk to Billy Hatcher. Here's a long drive into left field. This ball is well hit, and it is gone. Andre Dawson has pounded one into the screen in left field, and we've seen the first homer at Fenway Park in the 1994 season.
Andre Dawson comes into the 94 season with 412 home runs. That's 24th all-time in Major League history, and this is why. Great power, good strong hands, and of course it's a great ballpark to hit in. The ball is going a long ways up in the screen.
1-0, the Red Sox lead it on the home run by Dawson. And the batter is Scott Cooper. And the pitch to Cooper. It's low. Scott Cooper waited in the wings for Wade Boggs to move on. He played out his contract here, signed with the Yankees, and will turn the job over to this young man. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Line drive right at Trammell. So Cooper is out. That's the first out of the inning.
Now batter.
Bring up John Valentin, the shortstop.
Number 15, John Valentin.
This young man has developed into a pretty good offensive ball player. What you look for in a shortstop, look at that, 278 batting average, had 11 home runs. And the pitch is low to Valentin. We're in the second inning at Fenway Park. Boston 1, the Tigers 0 on the home run by Dawson. This one is low, ball 2. Ball 2, no strikes. You know what we've got to do last week? Say happy birthday to our good buddy, your good buddy, Gordie Howe.
Oh, good. I didn't even know he had a birthday.
Yeah, I saw it in the paper when we were in Florida. And I was going to remind you to say hello, happy birthday, and Gordie Howe celebrating. I don't know what it said.
Wayne Gretzky just passed Gordie
number.
Howe as the all-time scoring leader in hockey history, but Gordie will always be number 1 in our hearts.
It's hard to say. That does not diminish Gordie Howe one bit. He walks him. John Valentin gets a walk on 4 straight pitches.
Mike Moore was not too sure that was a ball. He stood out there for a long time. Of course, Mike, in my opinion, never says anything to the umpire, and he couldn't believe that pitch was called a ball. And Sparky is saying that ball is waist high. How can that pitch be high? I agree with you, Sparky.
He's right.
The strike zone has gotten so small, and the umpires cause the problems themselves by calling those pitches and not calling them strikes. Make the hitters be more aggressive.
This is Dave Valley batting at home for the first time as a Red Sox. Played with Seattle many years. And free agent, signed by Boston over the winter. Seattle trying to pare their payroll a little bit. Valley got caught up in the numbers. It's Butch Hobson. Butch Hobson played third base for the Red Sox for a number of years. Real hard-nosed ball player. Mike Moore getting ready for the 1-0 pitch to Valley. Dave Valley, a strong right-handed batter. This ballpark should be to his liking.
Although he's coming from a pretty good ballpark out of Seattle. Very short in all dimensions. And the reason they wanted this guy, they wanted someone who could catch and throw, and he finished second in the American League in fielding percentage and threw out 46% of the base stealers. So that was their main concern, getting a catcher who could handle his pitching staff and stop the other teams from running all over the place.
And when you say 46%, in case some of our fans do not know, 33 is considered good, 33, 34, and this guy threw out 46%. One ball, one strike. Valentin doesn't get a big lead at first base. Swung at it, I think. Where's the call? He didn't ask anybody.
He put his hand up very gently at home plate.
For a strike?
For a strike.
The scoreboard put it up a ball. Well, now he gives the count to the scoreboard. A ball and 2 strikes.
He has his hands in his pocket.
Yeah.
So he's keeping them warm behind home plate.
Good stop by Tettleton. And it's 2-2. Don Dinkinger says, I want everybody to know it's 2-2 in the ballpark, not 3-1 as the scoreboard says. He takes a little tour around home plate, then whoever's operating the scoreboard is out getting a sandwich or something.
Don Dinkinger runs his own umpire school, and he would be all over the umpire if he had made that call.
There goes the runner, throw to second, and a stolen base for Valentin.
Well, Valentin, not a base stealer. He only had 2 all last year, but takes advantage of Mike Moore not paying any attention at all to him at first base. A good throw right on the bag. Might have had him.
They sort of lulled Mike to sleep. He wasn't getting much of a lead, and all of a sudden he's running. It's 3-2 to Valley. Ball 3, strike 2 with 1 out and a run in. Valley called timeout just as Moore was ready to pitch. Runner at second is John Valentin. He's there with 1 out. And the 3-2 pitch to Valley. Ground ball to short. So Valley is out. John Valentin had started for third, and he had to hustle back to second.
Second base.
In fact, he went sliding back. We're going to pause right here. 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. Well, you can catch Days of Our Lives and Another World in their entirety tonight, beginning at 2:30, only on Channel 4. Runner at second, 2 outs, and Scott Fletcher is the batter. See how important the stolen base was to the Red Sox. That would have been a double play ball off the bat of Valley. The pitch to Fletcher. This little fella has had some key base hits against the Tigers. He finds a spot. They bunch him pretty much up the middle, not deep in the outfield.
Basically a line drive hitter, hits the ball up the middle a lot. Had a good year for the Red Sox, hitting .285, and was solid in the field.
Mike Moore gets ready. Look out. I tell you, somebody's going to get hurt one of these days. Hitter stepping out once the pitcher is ready to deliver. If I were the umpire, I'd call us whatever it is. Let him pitch. I see. Mike's ready to go, and Scott Fletcher has hollered timeout, and Dinkinger has to go up with his hands. You wonder why they call timeout at the last second. Pitch is outside to Fletcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. This inning started with a home run by Dawson. Scott Cooper lined to the shortstop. Valentin walked, stole second, stayed there as Valley bounced out. Now the 1-1 pitch. Will make it ball 2. Mike Moore not at all happy with some of the calls he's getting at the moment. Scott Fletcher's had a sort of a checkered career. Played well everywhere he's been. White Sox, Texas, back to the White Sox. Milwaukee, here. Pitches high. Ball 3. Ball 3 and strike 1. Not a bad play here. If he walks, you pitch to Nixon this inning rather than having him lead off next inning if you can get him out. Mike Moore gets ready for the 3-1 pitch. That'll make it 3-2. In the minor leagues one year, Sam Jethro, playing for some club, could run so well. Paul Richards was managing Buffalo, and he'd walk the pitcher every time right in front of Jethro. Even if he got on, he couldn't go anywhere. Couldn't steal second, couldn't steal third. He couldn't even advance on a base hit because the pitcher would take 1 base at a time. Here's the payoff pitch to Fletcher. And a line drive toward right that's going to be caught by Gibson. Fine play by Gibson, who took a step back and then raced in to get it. We've played 2, and it's 1-0 Boston.
Good afternoon, Blue Cross and Blue Shield. This is Barb Warner. May I help you?
I have to listen. I have to help people. That's me. That's Barb. Service is caring. I think those 2 words go together. And to give good service, you need to care. You have to. That comes from within. And I do see that with all the people that I work with. I see that throughout the company. People care.
Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Nothing else comes close.
We should have gotten a pizza.
$1 gets you unlimited toppings at Little Caesars. Now buy 2 pepperoni pizzas loaded with cheese for $8.99 and get unlimited toppings for $1.
Pizza, pizza.
It's time to catch spring fever at Napa, the place more people rely on to keep their vehicles running and to help them save. Get Autolite or Champion resistor spark plugs, your choice, just 69 cents. A Napa Lawn and Garden battery is just $19.99 with exchange. Spring is the perfect time for this handy 8-piece cooler combo, just $18.99. So spring into your nearest Napa Auto Parts store today and catch the fever.
Ready to assist.
These are known as the public gardens in downtown Boston. As our tour director, Chuck Waslick, takes us into the downtown part of the old city of Boston. Our TV schedule this Wednesday at 1 o'clock, Pass will be on the air to bring you the ball game. And then on Saturday, April 9th at 1:30, we'll be at Yankee Stadium in New York.
Number 23.
A lot of TV coming your way this week. So Gibson makes a great play to end the second inning, and he's the leadoff man in the third. Gibson, Trammell, and then Junior Felix.
Gibson had a great spring. He was held out the first 10 days of spring training before he got his first start, but did very well down there. Hit .341, a couple home runs.
And the pitch is low to Gibson. Roger Clemens has retired 6 batters in a row, and 4 of those on strikeouts. 2 in the first inning, 2 in the second. And the pitch is a strike. There's only been 1 hit in the ball game. That was the home run by Dawson. Mike Moore has walked a couple of base runners. Checked his swing in time, says Tim Toshida at third base. And it's ball 2 and strike 1. Roger Clemens. And this one's fouled away. Tigers opening on the road against 2 arch rivals. Red Sox for 3 here, and then on to New York for 3 before coming home to open the season next Monday. Ball 2 and strike 2 to Gibson. And a bouncer toward third. He's going to have to hurry. Didn't get him.
It'll be interesting to see what they give here. Looked like it should be a base hit, but because Roger has not allowed a hit yet, they could score this as an error. Usually they make the first hit be a clean one. Tough play, a high bouncer. Gibson, great speed.
Should be a base hit, but nothing has gone up yet. They're having a little.
They give him a hit.
Election over there. Yep. It is a base hit, and it should be. Tough play for Cooper. Knowing Gibson runs extremely well, he had to back up, wait for the high hop to come down, and then make a long throw to first base. So the Tigers have their first base runner. Gibson at first, nobody out, and the batter is Trammell. Trammell takes it high. Allen batting in a very unfamiliar number 8 spot for him.
He also had a good spring, batting .317, and really coming off of a great year in '93 after missing just about all of '92 season.
That's Gibson at first base. And the pitch to Trammell. It's low, ball 2. I really like these uniforms. Good coloring, good style. Here they are. Coloring down the side.
Gibby still having the good speed, even though he's getting up there in age, still runs well.
The 2-0 pitch to Trammell. Oops. He's going to bluff Gibson back.
Trammell's had some success against Clemens. He has 2 home runs with a .340 batting average lifetime against Roger. So he has done a great job.
This one is low, ball 3. First time he's been in trouble really with the count. He went to 3-2 on Cecil before getting him out, and 3-2 on Tettleton, but he's 3-0 to Alan Trammell. Tigers trying to get something going here in the 3rd inning. He walked him. So the Tigers put him aboard. First and second, nobody out. And the batter will be Junior Felix.
The designated hitter, number 49.
The switch hitting Junior Felix as Butch Hobson looks on.
Felix, we've mentioned a good fastball hitter, although he hasn't hit Roger very well throughout of his career, but there's his batting average last year by when he was with Florida, was released by the Florida team. Has not swung the bat well his last 2 games. game in Washington looked very bad on breaking balls.
They're looking for the bunt. It's one of the advantages of having good speed. You don't have to bunt in a spot like this. Scott Cooper is in very close at third. Mo Vaughn at first base. He bluffs a bunt. The pitch is low.
Well, they got everybody moving now. Good spot for a hitter if he wants to swing. Got the first baseman running in, third base, shortstop and second baseman moving all over the place. So good chance to swing the bat right here.
Yeah, when he squared around to bunt, Fletcher hustled toward first base. Mo Vaughn toward the plate. Cooper came rushing in. A lot of advantages when you got the infielders moving. Gibson's at second, Trammell at first. A 1-0 pitch to Junior. He is bunting. He'll go to second base with it. 1 out and safe at first. Cooper was in so close. He had a chance to go to second in time to get Trammell.
Want the shade too hard. He has a great arm at third base. He makes the throw to second with no problem.
Tony Phillips.
So the Tigers have him at first and third, 1 out. And the batter is Tony Phillips. Tony bounced to third base his first time up. One nothing Boston in the third. Gibson at third base represents a tying run. Tony Phillips. His job right now is to put the ball in play. And a strike. 1 strike to Tony. It's turned out to be an outstanding day. All blue sky, just a few clouds drifting by, a lot of sunshine. And the 1 strike pitch, he steps back. The switch hitting Tony Phillips. Waits on the 1 strike pitch. And a fly ball deep left. This ball is going to be off the fence. It's going to get 1 run in and maybe 2. Here comes Felix. He's going to score. And the Tigers take the lead on the 2-base hit by Phillips. Greenwell got his glove on it. Crashed into the fence, but by that time the ball had left his glove and hit the fence. They're just now getting him up out there.
This ball is hit very hard. The left fielder plays in close here because usually every ball hit over your head is up against the fence. But there's one of those line drives that in between, whether he did not know whether the ball was going to be high enough. Looked like he shied away from the wall, touched his glove. Center fielder had to come all the way over to field the ball. Of course, being an old ballpark with the scoreboard out there.
Now, when you bounce into that scoreboard, it's not like a padded fence.
And all the other wall has padding around it, but you put padding, you wouldn't be able to see the scoreboard. So that's one of the dangers in playing left field here at Fenway Park.
It's going to be all right.
He's not one of the fair-haired boys here in Fenway Park because he battled for a big raise, and
Second baseman.
And of course the people knew that he was not a good defensive outfielder.
Yeah, they thought he should have caught that ball too. So a double, a 2-base hit for Phillips. 2 runs batted in. The Tigers take the lead, and the batter is Lou Whitaker. Lou struck out his first time up. This inning started with a single by Gibson, then a walk to Trammell. Felix bunted into a force play at second before the double by Phillips. Breaking ball is low to Whitaker.
This is not a good outfield, good throwing outfield. None of the outfielders throw well. Hatcher is really a left fielder, doesn't throw well, playing deep in right field. Otis just a fair arm in center field.
And the pitch to Whitaker is high ball 2. Ball 2, no strikes. Roger Clemens turned and looked at Dinkinger as he walked back to the mound. Lou is set and geared for a fastball. Let's see if he gets it. He does, and it's a strike. Makes it 2-1.
Lou Whitaker and Hall of Famer Joe Morgan, the only 2 second basemen in history with 2,000 games, 2,000 hits, and 200 home runs.
And another strike. Lou taking a couple of good fastballs, and the count goes even at 2-2. Tony Phillips, the runner at second base, only 1 out in the inning. Tony's not going to get much of a lead. The shortstop Valentin is well over towards second. Gives Whitaker a big hole at shortstop. He's playing almost behind Phillips. And the ground ball up the middle. A base hit into center. Here comes Tony, and the Tigers lead 3-1. Ball just out of the reach of the diving Scott Fletcher, and a base hit and a run batted in for Lou Whitaker.
I think it's very poor positioning by the infielder with 2 strikes. So you know the hitters are going to try to protect the plate a little bit more, not be as aggressive and pull the ball. And the second baseman never moved at all, and base hit up the middle.
I was going to mention that the shortstop was over toward first base, and the second baseman over toward first base. They were both playing in to pull the ball all the way. Eric Davis struck out in the first inning. Tigers have scored 3 here in the third, and they lead it 3-1. This one is over but low.
Both pitchers complaining about the pitches and the calls by the plate umpire.
And Roger very unhappy here in the third inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And a base hit into right. Whitaker's going to stop at second. Eric Davis rifled it into right field.
Normally Lou would go to third base on that type of a hit, but he had to stop because the ball almost hit him, and he was not sure whether or not the second baseman was going to make the play and double him up. Swinging late on the fastball, Lou hesitates, did not know whether the second baseman was going to make the play, and he has to stop at second base. Normally he would have been able to go to third base knowing that Hatcher doesn't throw well.
So the Tigers have him at first and second, still only 1 out. And the batter is Cecil, who flied to right field his first time up. Tigers had not had a base runner until this inning. They've had 4 hits and a walk. Good for 3 runs. Whitaker, the runner at second. Eric Davis at first base. Pitch from Clemens. Good stop by Valley. He bounced that one up there. Ball hit well in front of home plate.
That's one reason why they gave him the big bucks, because he is a fine defensive catcher.
Hey, hot chocolate.
A quiet crowd at Fenway as the Tigers score 3 and still threaten against Clemens. He hits it hard into center field, and it's going to be caught in deep center by Otis Nixon. Oh, you're not going to hit it any harder than that.
Well, that's something that would not have happened last year. Did not have a good center fielder with great speed, but Otis Nixon flat out outruns the ball. They were playing Cecil Fielder fairly straight away. This ball was hit hard. Cecil really tags this one. Line drive, looked like it was going to be in the gap, with the great speed of Otis Nixon and a fine running catch.
He saved a couple of runs. Eric Davis was almost a second. Had the ball been over his head or out of his glove, he would have been able to score. We'll bring up Fryman. He's the 8th batter here in the 3rd inning. And a strike to Travis, who struck out in the 2nd inning. Boy, it's plays like that that Otis Nixon just made that can turn a ball game around. One strike to Fryman. 2 runners aboard, 2 outs. And a ball and a strike. Travis, pretty much a dead pull hitter. This ballpark is made for him. It's a pitch on the outside corner. He made a good pitch with a fastball. And it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Fryman. Red Sox getting some great defense here in the 3rd inning. The pitch before Cecil hit it into center field was in the dirt, you remember. If that ball bounced away from Valley, the runners would have moved up and a run would have scored anyway. Fine play by Valley. Saved a run, and a fine play by Nixon, saved 2. It's ball 2 and strike 2 to Fryman. This is the pitch he wants Travis to hit. Now it's ball 3. The runners will be going on the 3-2 pitch. You can run from second base on the pitch here in Boston. You have a big advantage.
And from first, you get a ball up against the wall or in the gap, he can score all the way from first base.
Ball 3, strike 2. Foul ball past third. The big blow this inning, a 2-base hit by Phillips that batted in a couple of runs. Whitaker followed that with a single to drive in another one. Then Davis singled. Nixon made a fine running play on a ball hit by Cecil. We'll do it again. He walked. Travis Fryman gets a walk and the bases are loaded.
Now batting, number 20, Mickey Tettleton.
Bases loaded for Mickey Tettleton, who is the 9th batter in the 3rd inning. Mickey, a strikeout victim, ending the 2nd inning. Play him well toward right field. He had a home run in Washington, short left field there, but he hit a ball that would be well hit in this park. It would be off the wall. Doesn't hit too many toward left field, batting left-handed. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2. Ball 2, no strikes. Lee Whitaker is the runner at 3rd base. Eric Davis at second base, and Travis Fryman the runner at first base. Bases loaded, 2-0 to Tettleton. Ooh, Mickey hammering away at the 2-0 pitch. Fouls it back.
Mickey, a great home run hitter, also has a great eye at the plate. He has walked over 100 times, 4 straight seasons. Of course, 3 with the Tigers, and the year before they got him with the Baltimore Orioles. That's Paul Quantrell warming up in the bullpen.
It's been a long inning for Clemens. He's thrown a lot of pitches. Walked a couple of batters. Allowed 4 hits. And it's ball 2 and strike 1 to Mickey Tettleton. And strike evens the count at 2-2.
And very successful pitching Mickey inside with a good fastball.
Ball 2 and strike 2. And he chops it foul. Roger was picture perfect in the first 2 innings, retired 6 batters in a row, struck out 4. But it's been a long 3rd inning. He gets ready for the 2-2 pitch to Tettleton. He steps out to relieve the tension a little bit. And he's ready to go. He struck him out. Big strikeout for Clemens as he gets Tettleton with the bases loaded. Tigers get 3 in the inning, and they lead it 3-1.
Bud Light over here, please.
You got it.
Hey, Detroit, the Bud Light camera crew is all over town looking for Bud Light drinkers to star in some new TV commercials. Just look for them anywhere you pick up an ice-cold Bud Light. The spotlight's on you, Detroit.
Hey, guys, it's returning the spotlight.
So, what's going on tonight, Harry?
Have a Bud Light. See for yourself.
Making it to the pros takes a certain level of excellence, the experience to get the job done right, and a reputation for quality. Like top-quality CarQuest shocks and struts, professional technicians choose CarQuest gas-charged shocks and struts because they can be confident they're installing the best ride around. So for the best possible performance, install what the pros install. CarQuest. Welcome to the pros.
You know, a lot of people are saying there are no good kids anymore. Well, the members of AAA Michigan would like those folks to meet Ken and Timothy. Every morning, Monday through Friday, they're guarding their corner as part of AAA Michigan School Safety Patrol. Each year, we help train and equip 40,000 safety patrollers statewide. It takes kids with big hearts and long arms to wear the bright orange belt.
You know, it's a big responsibility taking care of the little kids. Yeah.
School's open. Please drive carefully.
Well, between innings, Sparky Anderson ran out as soon as the pitch and complained about a balk. Dick Trzaskowski also arguing on the pitch that Roger Clemens balked before he threw the ball. And Sparky shot out of the dugout in a hurry right after the pitch.
He's agreeing with everything he said.
You see, Mickey's in the batter's box now. The umpire says go.
See,
now, that's a balk.
A balk.
That's a balk right there. You see him move.
It is a balk. I thought it at the time, but then he delivered and struck him out. But you cannot move on the mound. Nobody said anything at the time. Sparky didn't. Trzaskowski didn't. 4 umpires on the field. They didn't see it. Here's Nixon to lead off in the 3rd inning. Curtis Nixon bounced out to start the game for Boston. And the pitch is low to Nixon. Whatever this guy does, whatever, you've got to make him hit the ball. You walk him, it's like a 2-base hit. Pitch is low, ball 2. Ball 2, no strikes. Mike has walked 2 batters today. Walked Hatcher in the 1st inning. John Valentin in the 2nd. And the 2-0 pitch. Ball 3. Well, you say you've got to make him hit it. And Mike starts 3-0 on Nixon. The Yankees have taken a 3-1 lead over Texas. They're in the 4th inning. Seattle just scored 2 in Cleveland. 2-0 in the 4th at Cleveland. He walked him. So Nixon is on, and the crowd comes to life. They got him for his great speed and defensive ability. They've seen his play in the outfield. Now he's at first base. Well, with opening day just around the corner, now's the time for Tiger fans to obtain a full or partial season ticket plan. They're available in 81, 61, 41, and 21 game ticket packages. Each plan includes opening day. You can call 963-2050 for more information. Billy Hatcher walked his first time up. Pitches a ball. That's 4 bad ones in a row by Mike. Tigers just got him a 2-run lead, and he walks the leadoff man and behind Billy Hatcher. Chicago is in Toronto. They played 2, no score there. Kansas City and Baltimore start late. Something like 3:15, 3:30 Eastern time. The 1-0 pitch to Billy Hatcher. He'll go to first base with it.
Nixon 47 stolen bases last year for Atlanta.
He really resurrected his career in Atlanta.
Played a few years for Cleveland. Wasn't much of a hitter. He had great speed then, but he has certainly improved his batting technique.
Yeah, he went to Montreal, didn't play much there. But he went to Atlanta, and he was a different ball player. One ball, no strikes to Billy Hatcher. Mike Moore has a pretty good move, just good enough to keep Nixon honest at first base. Well, it's a great technique, base stealing. They study the pitcher's every movement. There's a pitch out. Almost threw it by Tettleton. And he's behind Hatcher, ball 2 and no strikes.
Mickey Hatcher batting second for one reason. First of all, he can take a lot of pitches, but he's a good fastball hitter, and with Otis Nixon on first base, generally you will see a lot of fastballs batting behind him.
Mike has yet to throw a strike here in the 3rd inning. There he goes. Throw to second. He is safe. Ooh, I'd like to see that again. Tettleton put it right on the money. And he drew us safe at second. I don't know that he is.
Well, it was close. I don't know whether Lou actually touches him here. But it looked like normally if the ball beats you, you are called out. And the ball looked like it beat him.
Counts 3-0 to Billy Hatcher. He walks him. That is 8 bad ones in a row delivered by Mike Moore here in the 3rd inning. He has walked the first 2 batters. Red Sox have their speed on the bases. And Billy Muffitt's going to come out and find out what's wrong.
Yeah, and you certainly don't want to do that at any time, but at Fenway Park with the heart of your batting order coming up, you don't want to walk people. It's bad enough pitching in this ballpark, but when you have to pitch with men on base, because it's so easy to hit a ball up against the fence or hit one out of here. Unfortunately for the Tigers in this situation, the Tigers pitching staff, with the exception of John Daugherty, do not throw very many ground balls. It is a fly ball pitching staff. They don't sink the ball, they run the fastball, so most of the balls that are hit are in the air, with the exception of John Daugherty.
That's a good observation, because right now the Tigers need the double play ball, the ground ball, short second. Greenwell with average speed. He flied to left field his first time up. First thing Mike has got to do is throw a strike. He walked Nixon on 4 pitches, then Hatcher on 4 pitches. Tigers have a 2-run lead in the 3rd inning. play close to second. Here's a line drive to center that'll be caught. Well, that's a big out. Greenwell hit it well on a line right straight to Eric Davis, and the runners couldn't move up.
And I don't understand hitters. They walk 2 men in,
Number 42.
and he just lines the very first pitch instead of making throw a strike. Now, it was a strike that he hit, but normally you make a pitcher throw a strike to you before you swing it.
And the batter is Mo Vaughn. Mo Vaughn flied to center field his first time up. He hit it well. Davis went back to the warning track to make the catch. I'd like to get one on the ground right now. And the pitch is low. Two on and one out. Mike's got to be very careful. Nixon will run from second base. With a big pull hitter up there, gives Trammell a chance to play over behind Nixon a little bit more. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And a strike makes it 1-1.
Mo Vaughn had 9 home runs in spring training. That's the most in the history of the Boston Red Sox in spring training. 9 home runs. Jim Rice had 8 one year.
That's a lot of home runs in spring training.
Spring training.
Because you don't play every day.
Well, you go maybe 1 at bat, 2 at bats, and then take days off.
It's got to be a great percentage of times at bat for each home run. Mo Vaughn taking a little time. Finally gets back into the box. 1 ball and 1 strike. I don't think Nixon is going to run as close as Trammell is playing to him. He's pulled over that way because of Vaughn, a strong left-handed hitter. He's right behind Nixon. Here's the pitch. Strike makes it 1-2. He's had a couple of good fastballs to hit. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mo Vaughn. This inning started with a walk to Nixon, then a stolen base, then a walk to Hatcher before Greenwell lined to center.
Mike Moore had to step off the mound. Alan Trammell had gotten behind Otis Nixon at second base, and he didn't want to deliver the pitch with Trammell out of position. So he had to step off so Allen could get back in his normal spot, shortstop.
He's trying to get a big out right here. Pitch is low. Makes it 2-2 to Vaughn. He's got Dawson coming up next.
Mike Moore has a good split finger fastball, but very seldom ever throws it for a strike. It's not the type of split finger that we used to see from Jack Morris, who had a great one. But Mike Moore has more of an off-speed pitch that doesn't move quite as much as the one Jack Morris or Mike Henneman.
And he fouls it away. Still 2-2 to Mo Vaughn. Red Sox got a run in the second inning on a home run by Dawson. Tigers came back with 3 in the top of this inning. And it's a 3-1 ball game. With Mike Moore trying to pitch out of a jam here in the third. 2 runners aboard, 1 out. And it's 2-2 on Mo Vaughn. And he fouls this one away.
Well, everybody's deep in the outfield. Gibson extremely deep here in right field. Phillips is almost on the warning track and left.
Moore gets ready. And a base hit into right. That'll get a run in. On to third goes Billy Hatcher. Vaughn hit it hard over the head of Whitaker into right field. And it's a 3-2 ball game.
No question, this guy is an outstanding hitter. He struggled his first year here in the big leagues, but the ball was hit so hard, Lou Whitaker had no chance to make the play. Otis Nixon with great speed and had no trouble scoring from second, and Hatcher goes on to third base.
The batter is Dawson. Andre Dawson, who hit a home run in the second inning. 2 runners aboard, 1 out. And the Tigers lead by a run. And he pops it foul. This will be out of play. Dawson had a long home run his first time up. It sailed high over the fence into the net in left center field.
See, Andre, his first half of '93 didn't do too well. Then all of a sudden he got to know the pitchers a little better and then had a good year the second half, hitting at .310. Of course, he played all of his great career over in the National League until last year.
Mike Moore checks the base runners. And the pitch to Dawson. Ooh, right through the legs of Cecil. He hit it like a bullet right through the legs of Cecil, and on to second goes Dawson with a double. Ties the ball game at 3. Vaughn moves around to third.
And this was a sure double play. Had Cecil Fielder been able to field it, ball goes right through his legs.
He scored a base hit, a double for Dawson.
Number 34.
And Mike Gardner warming up for the Tigers in the bullpen. Had a good spring for Detroit.
We are tied at 3. They're going to walk Scott Cooper and pitch to the little shortstop Valentin. Well, the inning started with a couple of walks, and he'll come back to haunt you
every time.
They have both scored this inning, Nixon and Hatcher. Vaughn with a single is at third base. Dawson's at second.
I think Cecil was completely fooled, obviously, by Andre hitting the ball to right field. Andre basically a pull hitter. If anything, hits the ball to center field, but mostly to left, and was not expecting the ball to be hit to right field.
So the bases are loaded as Scott Cooper gets the intentional pass. Third walk this inning, 5th walk today by Moore. John Valentin, who walked his first time up. This little guy had 11 home runs last year. Pitch is in tight. 1 ball, no strikes. They got the bases loaded. Everybody's in a step or two for a double play ball if they can get it off the bat of the shortstop. Mike delivers high again, ball 2. Ball 2, no strikes. He has really had problems throwing strikes here in the 3rd inning. Valentin is the 7th Boston batter. Tigers sent 9 batters to the plate in the top of this inning. Ball 2, no strikes, and he may jump all over this one. A strike on the inside part of the plate. Ball 2 and strike 1. Vaughn is the runner at third base. Dawson on at second. Scott Cooper at first base. And there's only 1 out in the inning. The 2-1 pitch to Valentin. He fouls it away. We are tied at 3 here at Fenway Park. Tigers got 3 on the top of this inning. Boston scored a run in the second. They've scored twice here and still have the bases loaded. Ball 2 and strike 2. This is a big pitch for Mike. He hits it high in the air to left field. We'll get a run in as Phillips drifts back. It's going to hit the wall. High off the wall. And it's going to score 2. Tony was giving a good fake out there, but it was well off the wall. 2-run score on the double. And it's a 5-3 ball game.
The wind has just perked up and is blowing out towards left field. It was blowing in pretty much during batting practice. He didn't think he hit it well enough, but the wind is blowing towards left field now. It's 3/4 the way up the Green Monster.
And Sparky's coming to the mound. He's already made the call to the bullpen. So we'll get a new pitcher here in the 3rd inning. Red Sox have scored 4 times. They've taken a 5-3 lead. And while there's a break in the action, we're going to pause for these messages on the Tiger Baseball Network.
Well, every once in a while, a guy will come up to me and he'll go, "Hey, George, guarantee this." I guarantee it is a commitment. It's my personal commitment that we will give you the best service possible, the best everyday low prices, and that the tailoring will be done to your satisfaction or we'll make it right. And ultimately, you'd feel good about having bought a suit from the guy who says, "I guarantee it."
The Men's Warehouse. Call 1-800-776-SUIT.
The Lasagna Lovers Festival must end soon, so come into the Olive Garden right now. We're baking them fresh every day, so come on in today. Lasagna. Luscious lasagnas like you've never had before. New, different, delicious. Come on and hurry into the Olive Garden and choose your favorite. They're disappearing fast. The Lasagna Lovers Festival for a limited time only.
Well, 3 walks in the inning really was the downfall of Mike Moore, and allowed a couple of base hits, and now hands it over to Mike Gardner. Mike, in my opinion, was a long shot to make this ball club, but he really pitched and was probably the most consistent relief pitcher in spring training. Made 7 appearances and an earned run average of 3.29. There's last year's record. He was with Montreal, released from Montreal, signed by the Tigers, went to Toledo, pitched 4 games, and finished the year out with the Tigers, where he pitched in 10 ball games for Detroit. Struck out 12 and 13 2/3 innings with the Tigers this spring.
Well, it's been a long inning. Red Sox have scored 4. They have runners at 2nd and 3rd. There's still only 1 out in the inning. The only out was a line drive to center field. Greenwell lined it hard at Eric Davis. Movan followed that with a base hit to drive in the first run. Dawson doubled in a run. Then a walk to Cooper. Intentional pass. Loaded the bases for the double by Valentin. John Valentin, the little shortstop, picks up where he left off last year with his fine hitting. They're going to walk Valley. They'll load the bases again, as Dave Valley will be given the intentional pass, and they'll be pitching to Scott Fletcher. It's a pitch outside to Valley. It's been a quiet breeze all day long, and it's quiet at the moment. But when Valentin hit the fly ball, I think Tony thought at one time he was going to catch it near the wall, but it hit well up on the wall, maybe 2/3 the way up. Scored a couple of runs. Cooper had to stop at 3rd base. So the bases are loaded again as Valley gets the intentional pass.
Now batting, 2nd base, number 5.
Scott Fletcher lined to right field his first time. Gibson made a good play with a runner at 2nd base to save a run.
Guy's a good bunter. He led the Boston club with 5 sacrifices in spring training.
They're in again. Everybody in a step or two. Fryman at third, Cecil at first, in a little more than that. Whitaker and Trammell shorten up for the double play ball. There's a breaking ball for a strike. One strike to Scott Fletcher. Sparky probably telling Mike Gardner, we've got to get some strikes. Mike Moore was pitching from behind this inning and got into a peck of trouble. Another good breaking ball. Makes it strike 2. The 9th batter in the inning.
2 breaking balls in a row with great location on the last pitch. Ball going down and away from the little guy.
And it's strike 2 to Fletcher. Gardner getting ready. And a drive into right field. Gibson's going to catch it, and they'll hold the runner at third. Gibson came into shallow right field to get the looping line drive, and Cooper couldn't score. That's a big out with the bases loaded. That'll be up to Nixon. He walked to start this inning.
Well, Mike Gardner comes in the bullpen throwing strikes. All 3 breaking balls over the plate. Was able to get the first hitter out.
Nixon has bounced out today. Then he walked on 4 straight pitches to start this inning. He's batting with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Pitch is over but low. Cecil is playing in very close at first base. They're going to make him hit the ball. Mike Gardner gets ready, and the 1-0 pitch. Inside, ball 2. Ball 2, no strikes. Tigers down by 2 here in the 3rd inning. Mike Gardner trying to prevent further damage. Delivers a strike. Ball 2 and strike 1. They're very shallow in the outfield. Nixon doesn't have great power, and they play him a little bit toward left field. The 2-1 pitch. He fouls it away. Ball 2 and strike 2. He'll back up a little bit with 2 strikes on Nixon, especially Cecil at first base. Nixon would have to be a very good bunter to be putting a bunt in play here with the bases loaded and 2 strikes on him. Takes it low, ball 3. They're going to be running. Everybody running on the 3-2 pitch. 3-2, 2 outs, 4 runs in the inning. He's got to throw a strike to Otis Nixon. He walked him. Otis Nixon gets a walk, and that forces in a run. His 2nd walk this inning.
Looked like a very close pitch. Mike Gardner thought possibly it was a strike. Umpire looks like he has a very small strike zone in today. And there's a look at the pitching coach. Take a look at this pitch. And it was down low. No question about it.
Base is still loaded for Billy Hatcher. It's 5 walks this inning. A good stop by Tettleton on a ball that bounces in there. Red Sox have 5 walks this inning. They've scored 5 runs. Billy Hatcher. He's walked both trips to the plate. And a ground ball toward Whitaker. Good play by Lou. Ball hit like a bullet. And Whitaker picked it off, but not before they score 5. We've played 3. Boston leads it 6-3.
Your Metro Detroit Ford dealers are #1 in new car and truck sales. They are also #1 when it comes to you. They have extended warranties that your Ford dealer stands behind. Large selection, low financing, and most importantly, you'll pay no more for a quality used vehicle. There's comfort in knowing you can trust your Ford dealer. For a reliable used car or truck, there's only one place to buy. See why your Metro Detroit Ford dealers are #1 throughout the Tri-County area.
Because most of our flights are short, this is what our meals look like on Southwest Airlines. It's also what our fares look like. Southwest Airlines, it's just plain smart. Frequent flyers on most airlines are thousands of miles from a free trip. But on Southwest Airlines, our company club frequent flyer members are only 8 short round trips away. Southwest Airlines Company Club, the shortest route to free trips.
Desperate for a baby? How far would you go? Set your biological clock for a very special first person with Maria Shriver tonight at 10.
Tigers baseball is brought to you by your 31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers throughout the Tri-County area. By Motorola Pagers. Never miss an important call. Pocket a pager from Motorola. And by Southwest Airlines at Detroit Metro Airport. It's just plain smart.
Well, a long and productive inning for both ball clubs. Tigers scored 3 in the top of the third, Al, and Boston comes back with 5 and base on balls.
And it puts the Tigers in a tough spot right now with Roger. They'll probably be taking a few more pitches, and that will allow Roger to get ahead of the count. And but you know, when the Tigers came back and scored 3 runs, it's really important to shut the other team down, and you're not going to do it here at Fenway Park if you walk that many batters.
So it'll be Gibson to lead it off. Gibson's had a base hit and scored a run in the game. Gibson, Trammell, and Junior Felix for the Tigers.
The key play in that last inning was that line drive that went through Cecil Fielder's legs. He caught the ball, it would have been a double play out of the inning. But Cecil could not handle it, and surprising enough, the ball did not hit him because it went directly through his legs on the fly.
Pitch to Gibson is a strike. 1 strike to Gibby, who bounced one high toward third, beat it out for a base hit, and scored a run in the 3rd inning. Roger Clemens delivers low. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's turned out to be a great afternoon at Old Back Bay. A lot of sunshine. There's a drive hit hard toward right and caught by Billy Hatcher. Gibson hit it as hard as he could right at him. We're going to pause 10 seconds here for station identification on the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. Well, the Associated Press has recently honored the News Beat with more first-place awards than any other local station. You can count on Channel 4's News Beat team. They're everywhere. Here's Trammell. He walked his first time up and was forced on a bunt play and a base hit into right. Trammell on the first pitch lines it into right field.
Alan Trammell, Lou Whitaker starting their 18th season together with the Tigers. 2 great players, both Hall of Fame candidates when they decide to retire from this game. And they're going to be missed when they do decide to leave and hang up the uniform. It's a great combination.
Well, nobody has played short and second together for 18 years. What a combination. Junior Felix, the batter, bunted into a force play. Then he scored a run. And he fouls it away. Tigers have hit the ball hard twice this inning. Gibson's line drive went right straight into the glove of Hatcher in right field. Then Trammell lined sharply into right. Tigers down by 3. And the 1-strike pitch to Felix. That'll make it 1-1.
I don't know whether it's quite this warm out. I know that sun's shining, and they haven't seen the sun up here very often this winter, but
1 ball, 1 strike. Trammell, the runner at first base. And the pitch to Junior is low, ball 2.
good spot for Junior here, who is pretty much a pull hitter, good fastball hitter with a man on first base. Gives him a big hole to shoot for right there if he can get the fastball, because he does handle the fastball well.
He got it on the first pitch and he fouled it away. The 2-1 pitch. Ooh, he hit it hard but foul past first base. Count goes even at 2-2 to Felix. Tomorrow's an off day. Red Sox and the Tigers will play again on Wednesday, then on Thursday. On to New York for the weekend. The 2-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it. Pass is going to be here on Wednesday to bring you that ball game. We'll be in New York on Saturday to bring you the second game of the Yankee-Tiger series. Ball 2 and strike 2. Trammell doesn't get much of a lead. He's not a threat to run. Tigers down by 3. As Roger Clemens gets ready. And another foul ball. I tell you, he's got some great pitching. A Seattle ball club, and they have a shutout going in Cleveland. Opening day in the new stadium in Cleveland. It's 2-0 Seattle in the 6th inning. Yankees getting a fine pitching job. 5-1. They lead Texas in the 6th inning. Junior Felix staying alive. Ball 2 and strike 2. And a ball hit hard into right field. Hit it for third is Trammell. Billy Hatcher comes up throwing. Not in time. So a base hit by Felix. Tigers have hit the ball hard this inning off Roger Clemens. First and third with only 1 out.
Number 4.
There's a hole at first base. They're playing in close for the double play, and just enough where he could drive the ball by him. Had he been back normally in his second place position, he was able to make that play, but because they shortened enough for the double play, he was able to drive the ball by him.
Hatcher made a good throw. He threw it low enough that Valentin could have cut it off, and Junior Felix made the big turn, but he had to hold at first base. And when the ball went by, he didn't have time to go to second. Here's Tony Phillips. He batted in 2 with a double his last time up. And a ground ball to third. Cooper speared it and safe at first base. I don't think Cooper knew he had the ball. He just threw the glove at it, and there it was. Throw to second, but not in time to get Phillips. A run scores.
This ball looked like it comes up a little bit at the end. This is a fine play. He's an outstanding fielding third baseman, and he makes the play, and fortunately Tony Phillips able to beat the throw to first base.
Makes it a 6-4 ball game. And the batter is Whitaker. Blues had a single and a run batted in. Phillips has driven in 3 of the Tiger 4 runs. Pitch is low to Whitaker. Looked like Cooper had his head down, his glove out when he made the play, reaching as far as he could. The pitch to Lou Whitaker. It's a ball. It's been a struggling afternoon for Roger Clemens. Tigers have scored 4 times on 6 hits, but they trail by 2. It's ball 2 and no strikes to Lou. Whitaker singled in the 3rd inning, batted in a run. He hits one hard right at Fletcher. Tigers get a run in the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and it's 6-4 Boston.
Bud Light over here, please.
You got it.
Hey, Detroit, the Bud Light camera crew is all over town looking for Bud Light drinkers to star in some new TV commercials. Just look for them anywhere you pick up an ice-cold Bud Light. The spotlight's on you, Detroit.
Hey, guys, it's returning the spotlight.
So, what's going on tonight, Harry?
Have a Bud Light. See for yourself.
Bill Snodgrass is out there. Yet his dog sled tours are off and running.
Hi, this is Bill from Washakie Outfitting.
He relies on AT&T to connect with his customers. The most reliable long-distance service is his AT&T Business Advantage. You see, where Bill does business, dependable long-distance service is a matter of survival.
AT&T works for me.
Let AT&T work for you.
Here's a look at the AAA scoring summary. Andre Dawson started the scoring with a home run in the 2nd inning. Tigers came back with 3, 2 scoring on a double by Phillips. Whitaker drove in the 3rd run with a single. Then in the bottom of the 3rd, Mo Vaughn drove in a run to make it 3-2. Dawson doubled. It's tied at 3. Then a double by Valentin made it 5-3. Otis Nixon walked with the bases loaded. It's a 6-3 ball game. Tigers get a run in the top of the 4th on a fielder's choice play by Tony Phillips.
Now batting for the Boston
6-4 Boston leads it.
Number 39.
We're in the bottom of the 4th inning at Fenway before a big crowd on a gorgeous afternoon. Opening day 94.
And we get word that Randy Johnson has a no-hitter for Seattle through 6 innings.
Doesn't surprise me.
No, it does not surprise me.
Throws hard, good curveball.
Overpowering pitcher in baseball today. He has walked 4 in that game.
One of the coaches told me a couple of years ago out there, before he really came into his own, he said if he ever controls his mind, he's going to be a great pitcher. But he pulled some funny things at one time.
But he's very intimidating too, being 6'10".
Yeah.
And can throw 94 to 96 miles an hour with a. And he's just wild enough to keep you loose at the plate.
Here's a bouncer towards first base slowly. Cecil will make the play unassisted.